What's up, everybody? I'm Chase Lee reporting for DallasMovieScreenings.com, and I got another movie to review for you guys, and that would be The Greatest Showman, starring Hugh Jackman as P.T. Barnum as he starts his circus, and it's a musical. And it's kid-friendly for some weird reason. All right, so listen, I didn't expect much going into this. I'm a fan of Hugh Jackman, and whatever he does, even some of the lame stuff, I will always go and support that dude. He's been one of my favorite actors ever since I saw him don the claws in the year 2000. And so I'm also not a fan of musicals. When they're good, they're good. When they're cheesy, then they're cheesy. But, you know, I decided to give this a shot because of Hugh Jackman. I'm going to be completely honest with you. And I was actually rooting for Zac Efron to have a nice rebound because he has had a terrible few years. So does this one do it? No. This movie is not good, and I'm going to be one of those few critics that just like comes out of the gate strong because I know a lot of people love this movie. I don't understand why, but I'll try to explain as well as I can, and I'm going to sound illiterate, and my grammar's not proper, so, you know, it's going to sound bad. But I tried my best to write down, you know, notes and try just to form some type of thought in my head as to why, like, this movie didn't sit well with me, and just the whole time I was watching it, it gave such a bad taste, just all over the place. So, all right, let's get real and break this down. So let's start with some of the positives, because not everything is a flop in this movie. Regardless if they are necessary or not, spoiler alert, they're not. The beginning and end song of this movie is catchy. It's well written. It's, you know, got this very energetic jazz type of feel to it. I actually really enjoyed those musical numbers. The sound design was a little wonky in the theater in terms of the music was way too loud, and I couldn't really hear the dialogue. That might have been the movie part or the theater part, so I can't really blame it all on the movie because it could have been the theater. But I will say that the beginning and end song is catchy, it's heartfelt, it's energetic, it slows down when it needs to. It's just an all-encompassing song, and I really enjoyed it. Another positive, the production design, art direction, costumes, makeup, hairstyling, all that. Basically, the production design of the movie is wonderful. It's colorful, it's lush, it invites you into this world, and it doesn't let go with its visual eye candy. That's not an issue. And the third thing I really liked is Zac Efron's character. It's not much, but I will say that he had the most complex character that I really enjoyed watching. You know, this is a character that grew up in, you know, a rich white family, and, you know, he starts to have the hots for Zendaya, whatever, how you pronounce it. And so, you know, he has to deal with that and the kind of internal struggles of back in that time period of, you know, dating someone that wasn't your skin color. And, you know, he confronts his parents and, you know, just there's a lot of subtle acting in his face. Like, he doesn't even say much. And you can definitely feel the pain that he's going through because he knows that he comes from this place of hatred and he wants to break that because he has found someone that he cares about, even though they're a different skin color. He's like, I don't care about that. I'm going to go for this, you know, relationship, and I don't care what people think. And I really enjoyed that character quite a bit. It had the most growth. That's all the positives. Negatives. I have to start from basically like little subsections and not just say, you know, the writing, directing. Like, no, I have to like say specific things why this movie does not work. One, the musical numbers do not work. They are intrusive. They feel unnecessary. And there's even a point with Zac Efron's character, who's having a real conversation with Zendaya, however you say it, about racism. And within 2 lines of dialogue, they start singing about it. You undercut everything about that conversation. The dialogue could have been potent enough, but you decided to drown out with some stupid musical number. At the very end of the movie, Hugh Jackman literally is talking to someone. He sings 2 words of dialogue, and then the scene just cuts. So they're talking, sing, end. Why? So the musical numbers, while I will admit, catchy for one of them. They are completely unnecessary, and I have no idea why they decided to go a musical route. Because when you have a movie that deals with racism, exploitation of, people joining the circus and racism, it's so weird because they treat this movie with like kid candy coated gloves with the musical numbers. Like, don't worry, everything's fine. It's like, no, P.T. Barnum is a D-bag that like exploited a bunch of these people. Like, this is a real life story. This is not some made up dude. And so I just thought that the whole movie was treated with these kid gloves in a very weird manner. Didn't really ever tackle any issues, and they were abruptly interrupted with stupid musical numbers. On top of that, the characters, unlikable. P.T. Barnum is a selfish a-hole. And at the very end, he redeems himself with a heart of gold, and we're supposed to accept it. No. Throughout the whole movie, he's trying to succeed in this circus. He's impressing the wrong people. He's, making his family angry. I just don't understand why we had to follow this guy. He's terrible. Michelle Williams, kind of a brat. Even when Hugh Jackman looks like he messed up in the movie, he tries to explain it to her. She's like, no, I'm moving out. Okay, so let's not hear anyone out. That's fine. Rebecca Ferguson, her character was whatever. So she tries to make a move on someone that's married, and she gets all upset when that person turns her down. Once again, unlikable. The only likable person I wanted to enjoy following is Zac Efron's character and Zendaya's little relationship. Everything else, no, thank you. Some of the dialogue is a little cheesy, a little hokey. It is rated PG, so it's going to have like this kind of glossy, colorful, look to it, to where, even when dire situations are happening in the movie, it just has like this kid tint on it, and you're like, I don't understand why they went this route. Like, you could make a very heavily thematic kids film that's rated PG and not make it look like, this was all shot in like some weird studio lot. It's just, I don't get it. Yeah, I think overall, like, this movie just undercuts everything about it when it's trying to bring up racism and acceptance, finding a place in life. I don't get it. And it's almost like the studio knew the material that they had, threw musical numbers in there, and they're like, no, don't worry. We're going to get kids in here. We're not going to ever have them talk about racism or any other important issue in this movie. Don't worry. The musical numbers will take care of it. They won't even care. They're just going to jump in their seat. That's what this movie reeks of. And it's quite disappointing. So, unlikable characters. Cheesy dialogue sometimes. There are a lot of cliches. Musical numbers are unnecessary. And did I mention the unlikable characters? Because it's very important. P.T. Barnum changes in the last... whatever. And so besides Zac Efron's character in the production design, in the catchy first musical number, I hated this movie. So I'm going to give it a D+. I try to explain it as well as I could. But when you have characters that you hate following, the story has a lot of rich themes in it, but it's just drowned out with stupid musical numbers. It just takes away any impact, and it's just null of any discussion. It just feels like an empty movie, a shallow film that's made to just make money because musical numbers are in there, and you could have had a real conversation with this. Now you're probably yelling at me like, "Don't worry, that movie Freaks already did that." Yes, but if you're going to bring this stuff into the limelight again about circuses and all that jazz, please be true to the character. Please be true to the time era and everything. But I'm telling you, when you watch it, and all these conversations come up in the movie, it's like this candy-coated glasses, rose-colored glasses that they have on, and they just bypass everything. It's incredible. I didn't like it at all. I had a terrible time sitting through it. So there you go. That's my review of The Greatest Showman. So what did you guys think of it, or have you even heard of it? Comment in the place on my face and let me know. And as always, guys, I'm Chase Lee reporting for DallasMovieScreens.com. And tune in next time for whatever I review next. I cannot wait to see all the hate comments down below, because I know a lot of people love this movie. So peace out, everyone. See you later.